Hello folks, welcome back. We've had a transfer window I wasn't expecting to have. Hello then viewers, welcome back to Hero to Villain with me, Lots Benji FM. Good to see you, I hope you're very well. Now we didn't have an episode yesterday because I spent most of my day sorting out the transfer window, hoping and negotiating big money transfers. There weren't that many to be had and we've been left with, well, that was what nearly and maybe could have happened, but we've been left with this then. Romario Barro, the only player to leave us for £8 to £9 million. It could rise, of course, to 9. And yeah, we'll see him on his way off to Huddersfield, who we actually play today later on after we've gone through the transfer business. But yeah, was a pretty decent player for me. But again, last season didn't feature so much. He's a nice box-to-box player, but yeah, he's not here anymore. I thought we'd have sold a lot more, viewers. I'm not going to lie to you. FFP's become an issue. And elsewhere, there's been a mixed bag of transfers. The biggest one, a £50 million deal, £20 million up front, £30 million over 3 years for Lloyd Morgan. The prodigal son has returned. I say prodigal son, that's a bit far maybe. But Lloyd Morgan returns to us. It might appear on the surface to be a lot of money and a big contract, but he's a right back I want here for life, basically. We had him on loan from Chelsea, you remember. Inter then bought him for £9 million. He didn't want to join me. And we've then gone out and spent £50 million on him over the course of 3 years. I've got to say, it might look daft, but he was key to us, I feel, in recent seasons with that crossing ability. Fantastic pace, great mental attributes as well. Marking and tackling fine for me at this level, and he returns to us then. If he gets injured or hurt in any way, I'm terrified. Moving further down then, now that first name is a challenge, isn't it? Sveinung Bakken, maybe, from Norway, 19 years of age, central midfielder. Of course, with Barrow leaving, I wanted to get someone in who's similar, but a little bit more defensive. We talked about this at the end of last season. You can see he can play that deep line playmaker role, can play further forward as well. We'll probably train him in that role as he's 19, still got a chance to do that, and potential ability looks pretty good too. Fantastic passing, first touch, decent heading ability, fantastic physical attributes as well as his vision and work rate being very, very good. So yeah, welcome back, and he's not back, he's here for the first time. Right, next up, £8.5 million is Martin Dusek from Slavia Prague. We've got an attacking midfielder in. Dybala's contract's run out, so he's left the team. He was obviously on a big contract as well, so to get him off the wage bill was quite handy, and this is the man then that's been brought in to replace him. I say Martin Dusek, you can see here, valued at 18 million already, 18 years of age, Czech Republic, under 19 international, but you can see there, crossing's very good, free kick taking's very good, dribbling, first touch very good, basically could be an absolute star. 5'6", been a very decent player in recent years for Slavia Prague. We've brought him in, and I think he could be one of the X factors in this team. If his passing improves a little bit, some of those mentals continue to rise, we could have ourselves one hell of a player, and it's easy to say Martin Dusek as well. Next up, similar position actually, we've gone for a few players in this particular role, those that can also play further forward, but can also drop into maybe a playmaker role or a Mazzala role in the centre. Dusko Chochev. I think it would be said Chochev. Chochov. Dusko Chochov. Yes, that seems right to me. Serbian, international. Everything I just said about the previous player, you could probably say about him as well. We've gone big in this role. It might mean that Gudmundsson starts to play further back as well. Next up, from Karlsruhe, we've got Sam Robinson. Yeah, the Englishman. That's pretty much why he's been bought. A fast defensive Englishman who's decent at full-back to be a second fiddle to Lloyd Morgan. There, Sam Robinson, everyone. Starts his career at Manchester City in-game, has gone to Porto, Birmingham, Charlton, Forest, Estoril, Karlsruhe, and now joins us at Aston Villa. I am saying Karlsruhe like that as an inside joke for those that watch Road Trip. It's a long time ago. We'll come to it in a moment, folks. Florentino Luis on loan from Real Madrid. I think this is probably quite good business to play that defensive role. Again, a role that we're looking to expand into. Whether we go for a diamond at points this year or we go for a defensive 4-3-3 or more attacking 4-3-3 to have a player that can do that role and again can play slightly further forward if necessary. I think we've done quite well. 29-year-old Portuguese player, a player that will be so familiar to so many of you because of his wonder kid abilities on Football Manager this year. Yeah, to get him on loan, a player that's often going for around 40-50 million, not too bad at all. Played for Real Madrid a little bit last year, didn't feature a massive amount though, so I think for us to get him as we have done on a contract which is pretty reasonable, I think 61,000 a week is usually 205 at Madrid, and also Jonovic not here anymore, so we had to do this. Tried to get Hurtado as well, that didn't work either. It's been a long summer. And speaking of central midfielders that didn't join, here's one that did. I should feel more guilty about it really, but I don't. Yeah, sure, his physicals aren't what they were, but he's still a world-class midfielder. He's still got fantastic mentals and technicals. He was playing last season for Manchester United, scoring goals, looking fantastic, and we've gone in there and brought him to Aston Villa. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Pogba. That's right. 172 caps for France. That's more than our entire team put together, I imagine. So why, Ben? Why a transfer window in this fashion when you've still got 78 million to spend? Well, the reality is, viewers, and it's a harsh reality that I realised pretty much day one of the transfer window, is that we're not in Europe. And players who are really good don't want to join a team that's not in Europe. So this season, viewers, we need to get back into Europe. There's one lad in particular that I wanted from Benfica, and I can't even spell Benfica. I'm so just in the malaise of transfers right now. He's not. Was he sold? Because if he was sold eventually, that's going to really. That's the guy who I really wanted. Paulo Santos from Bayern Munich now, and we'll never see him. We'll never get him. That's who I wanted, viewers. Instead, I bought Serbians and Czech Republic midfielders, but I really wanted this Portuguese wonder. Yeah. That's the window I've had. Here, amongst many other players that I wish we'd brought in, haven't joined us. But I think squad-wise, I'm actually pretty happy. When you look at what we've got now, things are looking up. The big key for me, though, is this man, Jorge Menezes, right? This is the guy who is going to have to become fantastic. His off the ball's great, his work rate's great, his technique's great, first touch fantastic, good agility, good acceleration. Pace is a little bit of a concern, dribbling maybe a bit of a concern, and his finishing at 14 needs to be a little higher. He's 22, he's still got room to grow. Last season, he got 5 in 18. He's got to be the main man this year. I'm going to have to just trust him to play and score goals and be an absolute magician, because if not, then I don't know what happens this year. Don't get me wrong, we've got other midfielders. Nissan is a good example of that. I just think that Menezes has got a little bit of an edge on him. The same goes for Néstor Rodriguez, a man that scored goals for us in the past. He's not quite as complete, he's not quite well-rounded, but again, it's still an option for us. So we're not completely reliant on one striker, but I do want Menezes to be the guy. I think he's the guy, of all of them, he's the guy for me that I think will step up big time and do the business. Now, formation and system-wise, it's looking pretty familiar. Guerrero will be in goal, and we'll go through them in case you want to see what they're doing and how they're looking. There's a little injury on him, tight groin. We're going to play him anyway. Still a very solid goalkeeper. I like him a lot. There was a bit of interest from clubs, but we batted that away. Morgan at right back, who I've just introduced you to, of course. On the left-hand side, Alcon remains. I've never had so many bids for a left-back and just rejected all of them. I figure if all the good teams want him, he must be quite good. So I'm going to keep him for that particular reason. In the centre, Barons and Obermeyer. I realised in the pre-season or the pre-season, Obermeyer's on loads of money from me, 97 grand a week. I should probably play him if he's going to be on that amount of money. I do like Robson. I think Robson's a fantastic player, great second choice or third choice. A few areas in which he needs to strengthen and be a little better, especially in those mental attributes. But Obermeyer, if I'm playing someone or paying someone that amount of money, he needs to be doing more matches. He's very quick, very strong, very big. So I like that in him. Hopefully he'll be okay. In the centre, Paul Pogba, deep line playmaker on defend. There's reasons for that, viewers. If you go on to his edit player instructions, he'll hold the position. Won't do a lot of moving, hopefully, but will be creative from that particular role. That's the idea. Next to him, the more attacking, more free-flowing Vergara, who usually plays as a playmaker, but is switching things up for us this season. Hopefully we'll get forward into the box and, if not scoring chances, creating them for others. Gudmundsson ahead of them. Gummel on the right. Chambers on the left. Chambers still a decent player for this level. I don't know, he just seems to be quite explosive. I like him a lot. Doku's here as well, of course. He can play, but we're starting the season off with Chambers, and Menezes will be up top through the middle then. Our bench suddenly looking very, very strong. Lots of depth on it, and for a side not in Europe, probably a waste of time. But hopefully, this season, we can begin to be successful. And again, we're playing Huddersfield to kick things off. Should be an easy win. Let's do it. So I'm confident, viewers. Getting back into the Europa League. That's all I crave. That's all I want. I don't want to be necessarily in the Champions League this year. Get back into Europe. Sign players that actually want to play in Europe and not have to buy 36-year-old Paul Pogba's. Oh, viewers. The worst bit is I think it's quite good. It's only on 20 grand a week. 23 grand a week. He's only on 23 grand a week. All right, then let's see if we can do the business against Huddersfield. I suspect we probably can. Quite a lot of real people in this side. An awful lot, actually. Hakimi's there at right back. Yeah, okay. Chris Willock up at left wing. Fair enough. And then through the middle, Juan Hernandez from Colombia. He's basically Néstor Rodriguez, the original Néstor Rodriguez. All right, let's go out there. Let's do the business. Let's start this season with a bang. Last year was wholly underwhelming. It was decent in the Europa League, but the league form, poor by all accounts. Not a particularly good points tally. Let's flip that on its head. All right, then. Here we go. We are in our traditional away kit of the darker blue and trim, the colour of which could be described as many things. Gudmundsson free kick early on. That would have been the perfect start, wouldn't it? Would have all enjoyed that, viewers. Don't get me wrong. All enjoyed it. Just occurred to me I'm wearing a shirt today. I think this is the first video I've ever done on this channel where I'm wearing a shirt. I'm feeling good, viewers. What can I tell you? I've popped on a little shirt, because why not? Gudmundsson, corner, played in. Menezes is there. Chambers pokes. Oh, it's not counted. It's not counted, viewers. Forget it. That's offside, is it? That line there. Right, you are. Okay, so far, It's 0-0. It's not been exhilarating, has it? Kicking the season off with a bang, I thought. I thought it was going to be fantastic. Ah, well, that's gone well. I said I was happy with the performance. I shouldn't be. We're away at Huddersfield and we're 0-0. I'm going to try and turn them around. Some of them look happy. I'll just leave it there. Now, the good thing about our bench is we've got plenty of options on it for this particular game. I realised that I didn't put any of the new attacking midfielders on the bench, Ben, and the one player who's struggling for fitness and general play is attacking. Okay, fine. Maybe this is the moment we change everything around. Florentino Luis is going to come on. Florentino Luis, get his name right, Ben, for heaven's sake, is going to come on as the as the deep line playmaker in a deeper role. Pogba's going to change to the advanced playmaker, and Vergara is going to go. Now this is where we've got an issue. Now I don't know what to do. Box to box. Oh no, we can't do that. You can't have 3 playmakers in the middle like that, can you? That's madness. You can't. No one in their right mind would do that. Oh, he's confirmed the changes. No, you can. I think we can have it. We can afford to have a creative midfield when we've got such sternness in the centre. Menace, by the way, who I've bigged up at the start of the season to be the man to fire us to glory. So far, a 6.4. He's just not cut out to be an advanced forward. We're going to have to change that up eventually. Nissan's going to come on. He's going to score as well. I can sense it. He knows it. We all know it. We're going to go more attacking, play a little bit more positive. There's about 10 minutes left. This game has been, well, it's been... If this hasn't got you excited for the rest of the season, viewers, I don't know what has. Here we go. Chance. We're in. We're back in. Barron's, another player that was subject to lots of transfer activity. I feel like I maybe should have sold him based on the pass we've just seen. Chambers now. He's got loads of space to run into. Run into it, for heaven's sake. Find this son. Grimmel's there. Pull it back across. He's gone for goal himself. He should have played it across. Come on. We can do this. We need a big season here with the new additions. Louise, he's newly into the side. Vergara, this started as a corner, so I'm expecting very little. We've literally... I can't believe that just happened. The time's ticking away. 3 minutes of added time. Wow. Well then, viewers, I was worried this season was going to be a bit drab. How wrong was I? This has been a sensational start. A point away from home. We're back. Alcon, ball in. It's going to have to drop now for us. 10 seconds remaining of the game. And unless we score right now, I feel like today's efforts, viewers, have been, well, less than impressive, it must be said. Last year, we actually played 3 playmakers quite often last year. Yeah, and it, for no reason at all, it's happened! We're insanely good! Gwemmel bangs it. It's just gone over the allotted 3 minutes. I can't quite believe what I've just seen. This is like Dybala 2.0. Goodness me. Vergara to Nissan. I mean, the man I've brought on with the assist. What a strike! Oh my goodness me. Well then, viewers, we're back. We're good. We're good. They are Championes, Championes, oh, what a start to the season, viewers. Only 4 teams have won so far, and we're one of them. Not everyone's played. There it is. Aston Villa 1, Huddersfield 0. And just when you thought, you were at that moment, you thought, oh, another season of this. Oh, there he goes. Grimmel with it. JMG with the goal. 1-0. We're insane. We're back, viewers. What a transfer window. What a match. Thank you for straight play. There it is then. What a winning way, or up back to winning ways at the start of this season. Next time we meet then, we'll probably be around that sort of Chelsea, Tottenham area. Maybe we'll go a little bit further ahead actually. Of course, we've seen a season quite similar to this before, so I will skip through a little more. We'll get to the sort of the business end of the season a little bit quicker. If you're in favour of that, drop a like on the video, and if you want to see more, make sure you subscribe. Comment below on what you think on the transfer business. Slag off my tactics if you like, and we love with care. Until next time, I'll see you again very, very soon. But all I can leave you with is Championes, Championes. What a lovely shirt, Ben. Thank you.